Hello guys, my name is Gary and welcome to chessdelights.com YouTube channel. When I was learning to play chess, I never knew the importance of chess tactics and I never really know that the chess play I was actually playing is already a chess tactic. So if you are here to learn more about chess tactics and hopefully improve or win more chess games, then you are on the right video. If you do have an amazing chess tactics that you want to share with us, please do leave a comment below. Okay, so what are the 5 advanced chess tactics beginners should know? I'm going to share with you 5 chess tactics that can be easily explained with some popular chess openings like Rui Lopez and the Italian game. I will be sharing chess tactics called double attack and chess fork in the Rui Lopez opening. And for the Italian game, I will be showing you Zugzwang, Zwischenzug, and Deflection chess tactics. First, let's take a look at the chess tactics I mentioned for the Rui Lopez. Double attack chess opening for the Rui Lopez.
Okay, so let's take a look at a double attack chess tactic for Rui Lopez chess opening. So the game starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, where bishop is attacking the knight on c6. Now black responds with a6, attacking the bishop. Now bishop moves to a4, b5 by black, bishop b3 by white. And then the black continues to move its pawn to a5, a4 by white, and then b4 by black. Now white moves its pawn to d4, and then black responds by protecting the e5 pawn with bishop d6. White takes e5, and then black takes e5, and white takes e5. Now bishop here takes e5, wherein the double attack the double attack is being set up. The double attack is queen to d5. Well, actually this is more of a multiple attack, since queen is also attacking the bishop on e5. So the threat here is checkmate on f7, which is the weakest pawn on the king side, and threat of taking the rook on a8. So this is a good example of double attack for Rui Lopez opening for white.
So that is an example of double attack chess tactic for the Rui Lopez. If you want to gain a material advantage and at the same time threaten your opponent with a checkmate, then you should learn about double attack. Now let's take a look at chess fork for the Rui Lopez chess opening.
Okay, so this chess tactic is about chess fork, and this is for Rui Lopez opening as well. So the game starts with e4, e5 by black, knight f3, knight c6 by black, and then the bishop b5 attacking the knight on c6, a6 by black, a4 by white, and black continues to attack the bishop on b5, and then bishop b3, knight f6 by black, knight c3, and then black continues with a5, and now white moves with knight to g5, performing a chess fork on f7. So this chess fork will attack both the rook on h8 and the queen on d8, while knight will be protected by the bishop on b3. So this is an example of a chessboard on a Ruy Lopez opening.
So that is just for example in the Ruy Lopez opening. They say that the most dangerous chessboards are of the knights. If you want to gain material advantage and apply knight forks to your opponent on the king side or the queen side, you should know this chess tactic. Now let's take a look at chess tactics you should know by using the Italian game. In this example, we are going to learn about Zugzwang and Zwischenzug.
Okay, so in this example, I'm going to show you a 2 chess tactic for Italian game, and the 2 chess tactics are Zwischenzug and Zugzwang. So the game starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, then knight f6, which actually sets up the fried liver attack. Now, white moves to g5. The threat here is the knight going to capture f7 and then attacking h8 rook and then d8 queen. But instead of the normal move or response to this fried liver attack, we do a Zwischenzug, which is an in-between move of moving the bishop on c5. And here we've created an in-between move for black, which is a Zwischenzug. And then as white continues with the fried liver attack, knight takes f7, attacking both your queen and rook. We do a Zugzwang, which is a bishop takes f2 on the king side. Since this is a Zugzwang, the king has to move its the white needs to move its king since it's checked, thus removing the ability of white to castle. So this is an example of a Zwischenzug and a Zugzwang chess tactic.
So that is an example of Zugzwang and Zwischenzug chess tactics. In the Italian game chess opening, there are a lot of excellent and tricky chess moves for an Italian game opening. Fried liver attack is one of them. This type of move will set the white knight to threaten a fork on the black's king side. But as we have seen from the example, black can do a Zwischenzug and a Zugzwang with its black squared bishop. Now the 5th chess tactic is the deflection. Let's take a look at an example of this chess tactic.
Okay, so this is a chess tactic called deflection for Italian game example. So the game starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, which is the Italian opening, knight f6, and then fried liver attack by white, knight g5. Black continues with bishop to c5. White continues by taking f7. And then black captures f2, at the same time checking the king. This is a sacrifice wherein king takes f2 and the black moves in by checking the king by taking pawn e4. White moves to king e1, and then queen continues by moving its queen to h4 check. g3 by white. Knight takes g3, and then white responds by h takes g3. And now queen takes h1 check by black. Now here, if the king moves to f2, then the queen will be captured. But the white moves to e2, thus protecting its queen if in case black takes the queen. So we'll do a deflection move or deflection chess tactic here by moving the knight to d4 check, which forces the king to move away from protecting the white queen. So this is an example of a deflection wherein white is being forced to move away from a square.
So that is an example of deflection chess tactic. The example is the ideal move to show the deflection that can happen using your black knight. Black knight will check the king, forcing the king to leave the square, and you will be able to capture the white queen without exchanging your black queen. Okay, there you have it, the 5 advanced chess tactics beginners should know. I do hope you learned something new and enjoyed this video. You may want to check out other 13 chess tactics on chesselites.com/tactics. And you will also find an example as well, that is total of 18 chess tactics you can find on that same article. Just go to chesselites.com/tactics to learn more. Thank you for watching.